everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today's show is Pork Glazed Meatloaf. It's show number 287, and I'm really excited to make this because when I was a kid, I didn't like meatloaf. I don't know why, because probably about 5 years ago, I was at a restaurant and I ordered meatloaf and I loved it. But this recipe, I've made this before and I really like it. So I think it comes down to the ingredients, and I think if I like this and I'm a little fussy, I think you're going to like it too. So stick around, here we go. We're going to start out by boiling some water. I have it on the stove getting hot. I have the oven preheating to 450, and as you heard, it just came up to temperature. I have my pot here, which is on the heat, and I'm going to grab my teapot. Since boiling the water takes the longest, go ahead and get your water going. Put a little bit of water in this pan before you turn it on the heat. Get that water hot, boil the water. Next, we want to talk about the ingredients. So, garlic. I'm going to use 2 cloves of garlic. I've taken out of this tray that you saw me freeze these in a previous show. You can check the list for that. And I knocked out just these 2 little cubes like this. They're 2 tablespoons each. Next, I have soy sauce. So I've measured out the soy sauce. And you don't have to write down these measurements right now, because if you just hit the subscribe button, you'll see the more button, and that's where all the ingredients are. If you're on a computer, it's in the lower right-hand corner right now. If you're on a cell phone, stand up your cell phone and you'll see the subscribe button and the more button right there. Or if you want, you can go to my website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com. We also have sesame oil. So I've measured out the sesame oil. Pam cooking spray to spray your cookie sheet. Ginger. I have just a big old chunk I took out of the freezer. I just keep a whole bag of this in there. And we're just going to cut up a little bit. And if you don't like a real lot, just use half of what my recipe is and you'll be happy with that. Next, Sambal Oelek. Now, I like the taste of it, but I don't like the red pepper flakes. So, what I did was I went and researched all over the internet to find out what the ingredients is. Found out that Sambal Oelek has red pepper flakes to it, or it's not Sambal Oelek. So, I decided to make my own, and when I looked at the ingredients, it's basically teriyaki sauce. So, we'll use that today. Next, we have Hoisin sauce. This is a real thick sauce. This is really good. You have to have this in your arsenal of taste flavors. Next, we have some Panko Breadcrumbs. Now, we need, while the water is boiling, we need to cut up our potatoes. There's a few ways to do the potatoes. One is you could do the mandolin and do them that way, or you could just cut them up with a knife. Let's just go ahead and cut these up with a knife. And I have my cabbage here as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is rinse these. Please rinse your fruit. It's amazing just by rinsing it how much more you can clean them. And whatever is left on them is not important. You don't have to worry about. Let's go ahead and cut these up. Cut in half. And then cut long ways. And cut long ways again. And that's what you get when you do that. we go. Water is boiling. And let's add some salt to the water. Remember, the potatoes always get a lot of salt. Kind of try to drop them against the side so they don't splash on me. Now the cabbage. With the cabbage, we're going to cut off the root that was right there like that. Go back to my strainer and rinse. All strained. I'm just going to use paper towel just to kind of dry it a little bit so it's not slippery while I'm cutting it up. This is fairly easy to cut. Turn it on its side. Cut like that. For just a few minutes. And how long you microwave it for depends on your microwave. Here's the lemon. Not much you have to do with the lemon. You want to roll it. After you roll the lemon, I just cut it in half, and then I lay it down, cut a little plus sign across. You need a bowl and a lemon squeezer. Just like that, squeeze the lemon. Put it in with the peel backwards, nice and slow. All right, I'm going to quit there because that looks like enough. Then throw this in the microwave and melt the butter, and then we'll stir it. So here is the melted butter and lemon juice. If you need more to taste, but better to under juice your lemon. You don't want it too strong. Now here's the broccoli for Barb. I'll also use my microwave dish cover. It's just a perforated dish cover, and it kind of makes it steam while it cooks. Let's go ahead and do our ginger. So for the ginger, I just broke off a chunk here. So I'm just going to kind of cut to clean this up. Now the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons. And as you can see, this is 2 tablespoons. So I'll want to use like half of that. Set that aside for now. Let's get our mix ready. So for our mix, we have our Hoisin sauce. We have our Sambal Oelek substitute, which is a teriyaki. Soy sauce. And the oil, we're just going to use about half of this. Just like that. Then, I'm going to mix it all. Hopefully everybody in the back can see. It is time to add our garlic to our potatoes. Now this could be a little hot, so let's grab a towel and let's put garlic in here, just like that. Then I have the meat ready. So for the meat, I have some ginger. Don't want to put too much in because that stuff is strong. Then I have my breadcrumbs. So the only way you can do it is mix these. These gloves that I'm wearing, I got these from the dollar store. You get them in a package, it's like 50 or 100 in a package. Then put that there. Now, pitch one of my gloves. Foil. I have these packages of foil. I have cooking spray. I like to spray the sheet. Grab my foil. Put that on there. Spray the top. Then take my meat, put it on here, just like that, and take my lemons and just put my lemons on here. Now throw it in the oven. Potatoes are almost done, and I'm going to drain them. After I drain them, I'm going to put the remaining sesame seed oil on the potatoes. Okay, I'm down to about 10 minutes on my meatloaf. So I need to cook my cabbage. Fairly easy. Just take my lid off. I've been heating this up. Get this pan nice and hot. Take some olive oil. I'm going to cook this for about 3 minutes. So I have cabbage and some more remaining ginger, wooden spoon. So after 40 minutes, it got past 165 degrees. Now this is so tender, you'll be able to cut it with a butter knife. Remember that you need to let it rest for 4 or 5 minutes after you take it out of the oven to let all the juices reconnect. Here's our hot butter and lemon sauce. And potatoes. When you get this to the table, you may want to put some salt and pepper on your potatoes. Well, that's the show for the day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.